ਹੁਣ ਚੱਕ ਦੇਣ ਫੱਟੇ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੋਲੀ ਆਈ ਦੰਦ ਕਰ ਦੇਣ ਖੱਟੇ आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते जाना है अंबर छू के आना है ये टीम है शहजादों की कर देने बल्ले बल्ले.
Hi, welcome to Sports Breakdown. It's me, Nikhil here, and today I'm joined by Rohan and Wenuja to bring you the preview of Rajasthan Royals versus Punjab Kings, match number 33, which is set to be played in a pitch favoring fast bowlers. Rohan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, Dubai, we all do know there is a little bit of a green tinge on the pitch, so we'll assist the seamers early on. Even the first game we saw when Chennai and Mumbai played, a similar kind of pitch will be there. So 150 will be a par score, I feel.
Yes, in my
And
opinion,
Punjab,
that
I think,
five.
has won the toss in bowling.
Yes, they've won the toss and they've decided to bowl. Venuja, what do you think about Punjab Kings bowling first instead of batting? Do you think that they could use the seam well, or should they have batted first?
Manager, you're muted.
Venuja, you're muted. Venuja, you're muted.
Sorry for that. Uh, I think they might have got it wrong here. Batting first, Punjab Kings. Given that RR have a strong bowling lineup with Chetan Zakaria, Mustafizur Rahman with his slow off cutters, and Chris Morris. We all know how good he is. So probably might have got it wrong there. But yeah, let's see how it goes on.
So the pass score for Rajasthan to get is between maybe 160, 170. But throughout the IPL so far, we have seen a history of low scores so far, one being played in Dubai. Do you think that this will come into play while this match goes ahead?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what IPL has always been about. It's always been low scoring, intense games, and this will be no difference, in my opinion.
True, very true. Um, so obviously there have been some changes to the squad. Some people have pulled out, new people are coming in. Do you think this will have anything to do with the way the squads are built now, Rohan?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, first of all, the big news, man. It's the Universe boss's birthday and he isn't playing. Chris Gale, he is not playing, man. The
I think
entertainment is
that
missed
bomb is
today for the
form.
fans.
Yeah, it's probably his form.
It doesn't matter,
Maybe that's the
man.
reason.
Just for entertainment. At least one game, first game. Anyways, yeah,
He
as you know, because of COVID situations, the squads had to be rejigged and replacements have come in. I'll say for Punjab, a good replacement in Adil Rashid is a good spinner in T20 format. We have seen him, but more impressed with the Rajasthan Royals. They have a guy called Liam Livingston. He was in fabulous form during the 100, and even Lewis, we know his power hitting abilities are always been up there. They'll complement well with Chris Morris and co. So it's a good selection for both teams, I'll say. And even
think
Mark
RR
comes
have
in for Punjab.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, and RR have great replacements. They even have Tabriz Shamsi, I think, who is the number one T20 world spinner. So I think they have a great chance in the second leg of the tournament.
True. Very
Yeah.
true.
Come back. Yeah.
So both the teams sitting quite low on the table right now. So this would be a very, very close match for both of them. They will need to come up if they want to qualify. Um, Obviously, a lot of changes to the squads, a lot of new faces, a lot of people. Speaking of Evan Lewis, he has had form in the CPL as well, coming into the IPL. Do you think that this will be a big factor if he was chosen to play?
Yeah, big selection, Pakka, because as you know, CPL he was in big hitting form and pitches are pretty much similar and they're used to the heat of Dubai and the UAE. So I think it will be easier for the West Indian players coming in with the match practice and form. And guys from West Indies generally do well in the IPL with the small boundaries. But Dubai is a big ground. If they can survive the first 2-3 overs with the new ball on a greenish pitch, then we are in for some fun, man.
I mean, he's definitely in form. He scored a 102-run ball. I mean, in 59 balls, if I remember. And if you do not get him out early, I think he'll take the game away from the opposition.
Speaking of getting out early, Evan Lewis has had a history of getting out early in he has got a history of getting out earlier in the IPL. He has not had a very good run for the IPL. Obviously, he played for the Mumbai Indians in 2018 and 2019, but now he'll be playing for
Yes.
Rajasthan Royals. Maybe one of the reasons Chris Gale has been left out is because people like Evan Lewis have done better in the CPL, and he has been lacking a little bit of form. However, still, man, it's his birthday. He should be allowed to play it on his birthday.
Yeah, man.
It's Speaking of which, do you
Can you
think
share the
which
11,
team?
Nikhil?
Yes, I can. I can. Give me one
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
sorry, Pagon. Shit.
Match hasn't started yet officially.
Yep. But I think, I mean, in my opinion, just saying, I think RR have made great replacements, and if you take the second leg of the tournament, I think they have the edge over most of the teams, given their squad.
True. Speaking of the playing 11 today, as you can see, Evan Lewis, Yashasvi Jaiswal coming back to the team, Sanju Samson playing a very vital role as a young captain, Liam Livingstone, Mahipal Romro, Rian Parag, Rahul Tevatia. We know his history in the Vivo IPL so far. Chris Morris, Kartik Tyagi, Chetan Zakaria, and Mustafizur Rahman. A very balanced team in total, but a lot more fast
Yes.
bowlers than spinners. So they've gone with two spinners, Rahul Tevatia and Rian Parag. Maybe they have analyzed the
Mm.
pitch properly because this does look like a fast bowler's pitch. But they might put Tevatia and Parag at the end. So, but for me, in my opinion, they should start with fast bowling on the pitch like this.
I mean,
Moving on.
Sorry, even
No,
Liam Livingstone can chip in with some leg spin. I mean, he
true.
bowled well
Yes.
Yes, very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
one inning there. How about that? Yeah.
Moving into Punjab Kings, they also have a very strong lineup. We have KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal, one of the best opening stands and opening foundations built for Punjab Kings in their history, in for like their entire team. Then we have Aiden Markram, who is one of the changes that Punjab Kings have had. Nicholas Puran, we hope that he'll get back into form. He didn't have a very a pleasant start to the IPL for the first leg. However, we all hope that Nicholas Puran can get back into form. If he does, he's an amazing batsman at the top and even at the death. We then have Deepak Huda, who had I think one of his best legs of the Vivo IPL before the IPL was closed for a while. He against Rajasthan, he did hit a very nice knock, the fastest 50 in Vivo IPL this year. We then have Fabian Allen, Ishan Porel, a new bowler for Punjab Kings, Adil Rashid, Harpreet Bra, Ashdeep Singh, and Mohammad Shami. A lot of young Indian bowlers in the Punjab Kings side, but also a lot of experience from overseas players and players like KL Rahul and Mohammad Shami who are coming in form from England. Venuja, do you think that this will give an opportunity for young players such as Asdeep Singh and Harpreet Bra to perform well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, IPL has always been a stage where young Indians come and perform and just show the world how talented these people are. I mean, you saw yesterday Venkateshwar Iyer, I think, scored a. I mean, he played really well, especially against Waindu Hasaranga, uh, spinner we all love. So yeah, definitely provide a great platform for for these batsmen and new bowlers to build.
Series, which was played there in the limited overs. He's a good tall bowler, good hits the deck. Should be impressive.
But just saying here, don't you all think the Punjab Kings haven't learned from their first leg because they're still a bit low on batting?
Yeah.
True. That
I
is a
mean,
very
top
that's a
level.
good statistic. You could never tell though, because the Punjab Kings obviously they went on to not perform up to standard. Some might say, maybe what Venuja is saying is correct. There is a lack of batting, so it's heavily reliant on the top order batsmen to perform. If they don't perform, Punjab Kings might have a problem.
and by doing that, he put the middle order in under tremendous pressure. I mean, you saw Sarfraz Khan; he couldn't play his normal game during the first leg. He most of the times he came onto the crease. He had to build an innings. He couldn't play his normal attacking
True.
approach. Yeah.
Yes, very true. Obviously, pressure. Would you say Nicholas Pooran had a bad start to the IPL mainly due to pressure? He was thinking of hitting all these big shots to begin with. However, he never got set. Rohan, what are your thoughts on that?
One second, man. One second. Give me a time. So, can
Yes.
you come again?
What are your thoughts on Nicholas Pooran? Do you think he'll be able to get back into form, or will he fall under the pressure?
See, in first leg, we all know he got a string of zeros there. But since that, he has captained the Guyana Amazon Warriors in the CPL. He has shown glimpses of his world touch. They have backed him again over the universe boss, I must say, because they had Rahul who can keep instead. So that one, every team know foreigner slot is a very important role. You are expected to do well there as a foreigner. So Puran has been preferred over the Universe Balls. I hope he comes good. He is in form. Let's see how he goes. But we have seen in the UAE conditions, generally he has been struggling against the spinners. Hope he does well, I'll say.
True.
I think
Yes.
I think people expected too much out of Nicholas Pura in the first leg. I mean, given how well he performed in the T10 league in Abu Dhabi, I think he was really he played a really impactful knocks there. So yeah, I think people his expectations were a bit too high. Probably that might have impacted. Yeah.
True. Yes, very true. It is obviously a big role to be a part of something as like the IPL. It takes a lot out of people. We have seen people who have been overhyped, some might say. However, they do perform up to standard, and then there are some that don't perform quite as good as they want to. That is the IPL, though. People say that the IPL is made to find new players, to give new players experience. That is the main aim of the IPL. It is obviously it's a very tough format, having experienced veterans in this case like KL Rahul, um,
Mm.
Mayank Agarwal, Mohammad Shami on one side, then you're having Sanju Samson and Co on the other, then having young players like Harpreet Bra and Ashdeep Singh who who
Yeah.
are uncapped for India. They haven't played for India yet. So playing with all these international players, they might fall under the pressure, or as Harpreet Bra did, they could surprise us. Harpreet Bra, obviously, in the first leg, getting um, Virat Kohli,
Virat,
Glenn Maxwell,
ABD,
and ABD in
ABD.
succession, in quick succession, which shows that he can be an excellent spinner and an excellent contribution to a team like Kings 11 Punjab. Obviously, they have been lacking spinners as we know it. The spin department for a team like Kings, the Punjab Kings, has not been quite good. So Harpreet Bra, if he can continue to have his good form, he will be a major addition to a team like Punjab Kings.
Punjab. Yeah.
On the
I mean,
other
on the
hand,
other
we
side, you
have
can say that they don't have any pressure to perform. So they can be more relaxed and come good, like as you said, Arshdeep or Harpreet. They can just go out there, enjoy the game, and get those wickets. No one's gonna say anything if they get hit. Also, when you come with image
Mm.
and reputation, or sometimes the price tag, like a Morris or someone, you are expected to do that big role for the team. So sometimes going under the radar also helps.
true,
Indeed,
yes.
yeah.
Um, some might say that the comparison of spinners is overwhelming for teams like Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings, obviously, they do not have as much spin as they might hope, as one might hope. They are also currently sitting below Rajasthan in seventh. Rajasthan is in sixth. Um, However, with additions, the Rajasthan Royals team, they have good spinners in itself. Shreyas Gopal, now Adil Rashid. They have a lot of good spinners in their team. So it's very it's very difficult to understand why a very balanced team like this is sitting so low on the table.
Hmm.
Obviously, it is very, very difficult to understand that. Your thoughts on this, Venuja?
I think Rajasthan. I think they're, if you take the 2021 leg, they were probably the most unluckiest team. I mean, you've got players like Ben Stokes who got who had to, I mean, whose IPL was cut short given his finger injury, and then Josh Butler, Jofra Archer couldn't join, and their first leg was unfortunately not that good, but fortunately for them, they have a second chance. They have another chance in the second leg of the IPL, and they've got great replacements. And if you look at this team, it's probably one of the most balanced teams I've ever seen. So they have a high chance of reaching the playoffs, in my opinion.
True. However, they have to
Yeah,
perform
agree.
extremely well to reach. So far, they aren't doing as highly as they want to. However, I think the main reason why that is they are having a very unexperienced team. Sure, it's a very balanced team. However, there's a lot of inexperience there because of the likes of Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, and Josh Butler being unable to play. But since the second leg, there have been those players going out and new ones coming in. So we'll hope that Rajasthan can get back to full potential, and the same with Punjab Kings.
I mean,
It's
Nikhil, you're
obviously
forgetting two things here. They have a young captain in Sanju Samson who wants to impress and do well, and also the mentor is Kumar Sangakkara. He's going to make
yes,
sure the boys are more relaxed, focused
Uh,
one game at a time, rather than thinking playoffs are 7 games away or to win X number of games and all. They'll keep it simple, one game at a time, keep focusing, keep going it step by step. I think Rajasthan stand a better chance to go to the playoff than Punjab Kings.
I think Sanju Samson himself told that at the toss that Kumar Sankara wanted them
Yeah,
to enjoy every game. So yeah,
exactly.
it
they've
is.
got
Yes,
great mentors. I mean,
yes.
if they don't reach the playoffs, it's just a waste of everything. Yeah,
Talent, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent in both teams, extremely good amounts of talent. Obviously, the conversion rate of that talent so far in the tournament has been underwhelming, and some may say overwhelming for teams like Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings. However, if they can get that conversion rate up, there is no one saying that both the teams cannot qualify for the playoffs. They are
Yes.
very well worthy contenders. They can go on to win if they can convert and win a few matches, so that they can compare to the likes of someone more higher on the table like Mumbai Indians so far, or Delhi Capitals, or a team such as.
I mean, if you look at
Yeah.
this Punjab Kings squad, they're basically all reliant on their top order to put a score on the board. I mean, you've got KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, I mean, a great opening partnership followed by Adam Markram, Puran, and Huda and Allen as middle order batsmen. After that, it's just bowlers who haven't
Yeah.
who can't contribute that much. So they're all reliant on their batting.
I think Punjab Kings, in my opinion, have too many openers. Now they have Chris Gale in their team. They have the likes of Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul, now the new signing of Aiden Markram. Now it will be up to many people who will be controversial on where to play Aiden Markram, down the order, opening the order, or somewhere in the middle of the order. Personally, when he came to Sri Lanka, he batted in the open department for ODIs, but when he came to T20s, he played in that one down position, which was he opened in the T20s. Sorry, he opened in the T20s, which gave him a lot of runs, which was the reason that he got signed by Punjab Kings. So, do you think that some of the likes of Mayank Agarwal should play one down or two down or etc., and put Aiden Markram to the place where he likes batting the most in T20 cricket?
Yeah, they can do that. I mean,
Yeah, they
to
can.
be honest, Markram did well on the Sri Lankan pitches because again he had someone like a Decock going hard at the other end. So I'm not sure in this setup how well he'll gel. Again, I'll say someone like a Chris Gale is a better pick. Maybe they are thinking Markram can ball those part-time spinners and stuff. But we have seen on these
Yeah,
pitches hardly any
spin.
spin on offer. So I don't know how good a selection Markram was. Maybe on current form they have gone rather than the conditions.
I mean, given the volatility of Punjab Kings batting, I think going for Aiden Markram instead of Gale was probably a wise choice. I mean, Gale gets out early in many occasions, so probably a bit safe
However,
option.
there
Yeah.
there are some options on which maybe they could have taken someone of the likes of a
I mean,
different
do you think they're
bowler.
missing a good all-rounder in the middle there, which other
Very
teams are
Yes,
much,
having?
very
very
much so.
much.
Very
Yeah,
much so. For
I mean, that's
they have the open and the ending. They just don't have what connects both of
yeah.
them, which
I
is the
mean, they've
middle order
got
best.
Fabian Allen in.
Again,
Fabian
he can bat. He can bat. We've seen that in the
Yeah.
CPL, in the likes of the T10 league. He can bat. He's also a very good left arm
fielder.
orthodox bowler. He's a extremely good
Yeah.
fielder. So he's a balanced all rounder. He's a very balanced all rounder, and he's a very balanced player, as the likes of Punjab Kings will be looking at. So if he can
Yeah.
contribute, the Punjab Kings batting lineup will be much stronger than where it is lying right now.
I mean, look. So
True.
if you take a look at the 11 again, their batting basically ends after Fabian Allen. After that, it's just bowlers. But then uh, Royals have the advantage because they bat deep till around Chris Morris. So yeah,
True. Yes, very true. Okay, so the score is currently 19 for no loss on 2.4 overs. I'll share the screen again. Obviously, there is a lot of potential for teams like Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals, as I've said a lot of times now. But again, Punjab Kings, they must be consistent. They can't be too ropey with the results. They can't throw too many matches away, especially this deep into an IPL. Uh, Same thing goes to Rajasthan Royals. They can't really. Both teams have to be consistent. Sure, they must, as Kumar Sangakkara said, they must have fun and they must also gain something from these matches. However, if they lose consistency, it's basically they have close to no chance of qualifying. Yes, it is a bit overwhelming to play in the IPL with all these players, such as the likes of Chetan Sakaria being in the same lineup as someone like Mustafizur Rahman or Chris Morris. It is very overwhelming. However, he has been up to standard so far. Chetan Sakaria obviously winning many awards, going for. It was a bold choice by the dugout of RR to play him to start. Clearly, it has worked because he has been bowling really well in the IPL so far. Any thoughts about that, Rohan?
Yeah, Sakaria, as you know, is a wonderful story on his own. The setbacks he has had in his life, still he has come back and what he's shown. He has shown with his game how you can conquer the world. He's got selected into the team in the T20 setup. He did well in the couple of games he played in Sri Lanka. Also showed his the variations, the back of the hand, slow balls, and even with some good new ball swing. Also, he's a good talent coming up. So I'm really happy that someone like a Sakaria is getting his due. He has worked hard in domestic cricket for on this. I don't know if you know, but he plays for Saurashtra. It's a very small team. It's a flat batting pitch at Rajkot. For on such pitches, to be a medium pacer takes a lot of heart. This guy has heart,
Yes,
and through his
yes, heart.
hard work, he has come good, and he has done well for Rajasthan and getting into the Team India setup slowly. Wish him the best indeed.
True,
yeah,
yes, very
definitely.
true. He has heart, he has grit, he also has a lot of passion in the way that he plays.
Yeah.
It is obviously very good to see a player like this coming to the highest level of cricket in the form of the Indian T20.
I mean, Rajasthan have played one match lesser than Punjab, so they stand a better chance to qualify than Punjab, who are almost in a must-win situation every game.
Yes, definitely. I think Rajasthan,
Yeah,
they should reach the playoffs, in my opinion, and probably in the expense of RCB. Unfortunately, I don't want to say, I don't like to say this, but in the expense of RCB.
that's a tough choice. Let's see. It's still the first game of the new leg. And RCB, yeah, I don't know. You must be familiar since you are also an RCB fan. The first game
Yeah,
is generally a bit of a misfiring game for us always.
Yeah, let's hope they can get together in the
Yeah, yeah,
next
hope so.
couple of
I mean,
matches.
he's quitting the T20 captaincy after this season, so hope a farewell gift at least,
True, yes.
not just for himself, at least for the fans.
Mhm. We'll see how far both teams can get in the tournament.
Yeah,
Still, there's no deciding saying what teams will qualify so far. It has been a good start to some teams. Some may work a little bit harder than others. For example, yesterday RCB will feel as if they did not get off to the best of starts. Um, but yeah, teams like that have a lot to work on, and I feel like teams like the Punjab Kings and the Rajasthan Royals will also have a lot to work on in things like these.
yeah.
Uh, we're
Speaking of
currently,
that, just a
we're current,
question here,
yeah,
if you don't mind.
yeah, sure.
What
Yeah.
happened to Sarfaraz Khan? He was in Punjab Kings 11. Why isn't he playing today?
I don't think he's playing the second leg. I'm not sure, but yeah, I
He's in the
highly
squad.
doubt that he'll be playing. He's in the squad, but yeah, I don't think he's playing today. Maybe he's rested. Maybe he's not in form or something like that.
No, no,
But
he
yeah,
had a
he
good
will also.
Ranji Trophy, but I think the balance of the team dictates the selection. So unfortunate. Wait for his turn, maybe.
I mean, yes, he a batsman like him also adds all roundership into the all rounders in the middle order of a team like Punjab Kings. So, oh, what a shot by Evan Lewis! That'll go for four, 3.5 overs, 36 runs in the power play. That's a very, very good start for a team like Rajasthan. So far the bowling has been a bit lacky for someone like Ishan Porel, who we've seen bowl very well in tournaments like the Ranji Trophy and etc. But he seems to be bowling a little too short and bowling to someone like Evan Lewis. That is not an ideal scenario.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the point, Nikhil. Here, he's a good four-day format bowler. Maybe those perfect line and lengths are hitting lengths in T20 cricket.
True. Yes.
And I think Punjab Kings might have let Evan Lewis out of the cage here, and if they continue to do so, it'll probably be the end of the game for them.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of which, to
Those
end the
West
over,
Indians.
another boundary from Evan Lewis. 40 runs from the first 4 overs, going at 10 runs and over. That
Allah
is,
ball.
well, they're well on their way for 170, 180, 190. One could say it's clearly
Yeah.
obvious that the bowling has to improve as the match goes on by Punjab Kings. We all understand that the power play is gruesome. It makes or breaks a match. Only two players allowed outside the 30-yard circle. So obviously, after 6 overs passes, we'll see how.
Yeah.
Nikhil, I think you're muted. Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. 40 for 4 with 0 wickets. A wicket could really help. Yeah, they're showing the highlights again. Evan Lewis with a uppercut, then another uppercut, and then a pull, and then a cover drive of the highest class. There's the pull. The field placement. Do you think that might have done? No, that was a good pull shot. I don't think that would have done much to the fielding placement. And obviously the power plays also play a lot. Deepak Huda coming into the attack, replacing Mohammad Shami. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, the
They've
part-time off
definitely got to,
spinner to the
yeah,
left-hander. Maybe.
they've got to try something different now. I mean,
Well, it hasn't worked to start. That's a back foot drive from Yashasvi Jaiswal, and it's gone for four.
I think Yashasvi Jaiswal is one of the emerging Indian
Yes.
opening
Yeah,
talents, along with Shubman Gill. I think probably in the future they'll probably be opening together, hopefully.
For
possibly.
me, he looks more.
I mean,
He
Gill's a
looks
bit
more.
yeah, senior to him.
Yes, he looks more like a test batsman from me from the way I've seen him play in tournaments such as the Ranji Trophy or the way he has uploaded practice videos. He looks a lot like, and his stance, he looks like a person who likes to rotate the strike and play very calmly. However, I had my doubts when he was coming into the tournament for a team like Rajasthan. However, he has clarified all those with flying colors because he's playing really, really well in a tough situation like this,
Uh,
45 from 4.2 overs.
just to clarify, Nikhil, Yashasvi is a very, very big hitting opening batsman for Mumbai when he plays. He's actually had to curb his game to suit the needs, or else he keeps going gun ho at the start for Mumbai, along with Prithvi Shaw. Those two are
Yeah.
absolute nightmare for bowlers in domestic cricket when they bat together.
especially Prithvi Shaw.
So I think he needs,
Yes.
yeah. So when
How
he's with
how
someone
how
like a
good he
Lewis,
was.
So it's a
yeah, man,
dangerous opening start for a team. There again, we see Evan Lewis a bit. Evan Lewis has had his problems with spinners, obviously the top edges
yeah.
and whatnot. However, he he has been working on those for a long, long time. And yeah, we'll see how everything goes eventually. Things are coming together. Obviously, 4.3, 45 runs. Tim David and Seifert obviously not playing today for Rajasthan. Maybe not
Hey,
used to a
Team David's an
pitch, one
RCB,
would say.
man.
Oh wait, not Tim David. Sorry. I think Tim Seifert. Seifert. Yeah, Seifert's not
Team
playing
Seifert,
today.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
There's one
Jaydev
more guy from
Unakkat
New
is
Zealand they had, na?
um
Glenn Phillip.
Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a full toss and that's been dispatched by Evan Lewis for four. A full toss from Deepak Huda. So far, the change is not a very good one because it's been giving 9 runs in this over to itself. 49 from 4.5 overs. A full toss to someone like Evan Lewis, it's getting dispatched.
I think we're in for a high score, man.
Yeah, I think we're definitely in for a high score. The first one of the second leg, the scores haven't
Yeah,
been great. Oh, that's another boundary for Evan Lewis. There'll be the 50 up in
50
5 overs.
up.
A statistic for you guys: the 50s have all in so far in the tournament. Apart from this, the 50s have all come past the eighth over. So something like this is definitely what might up the ante for the Vivo IPL.
Yeah, good. Finally, some entertainment for the fans.
Yeah, it is obviously a very very tough. It's a very very tough tournament. There are different pitches. People we have seen people like Moeen Ali struggle in pitches in the UAE, not just over the past 2 years, just in his entirety of his career. He has not liked playing in the UAE. However, you have players like him that play very well on such other pitches, like the pitches in Lords or the pitches in India, where he scored 206 runs of just 8 matches. That is prime form for Moeen Ali. Unfortunately, the form had to change. Obviously, as a CSK fan, I'm kind of sad that he is not in prime form anymore.
I think
However,
that's good news for RCB.
yeah.
Yeah,
Samat says Punjab versus Rajasthan has always been a high
agreed.
scoring game and close matches. Agreed, 100% agreed. It is always it has been a very very high scoring matches. Yeah, very very high scoring match.
I think
So the
last
last
time they
over,
played, that was the game, right? The last ball needed to be hit a six, and Sanju Samson got out.
Ah, right, that's one. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
That was a
start
classic game.
again. The start was
Was.
obviously a good start. We had KL Rahul who went on to make 91, and then Deepak Huda a little bit
Yeah,
down. Shah Rukh Khan, obviously, I don't think he's playing the second leg. Is he playing the second leg? I don't
he
think
is.
so.
Not.
He
That's a
is.
big loss. That's a
He's
huge loss for
on
Punjab
a
King.
good form from TNPL. He's
Well,
matured a bit. Let's say
he's not included in this game, which is a bit
he's not playing yet.
weird.
It's
Yeah,
quite a
he's
surprise to me.
it's quite a surprise. Another surprise that many might be saying is that Tabrez Shamsi is on the bench along with his New Zealander, is on his New Zealander, his South African teammate David Miller. David Miller obviously hasn't been in great form. However, the number one bowler in the world for T20 right now is on the bench. That
I
is
mean,
not,
that's a crime.
yeah,
That's a
that is
crime.
not,
I mean,
that
that's
is not
IPL,
some,
man.
that is
Yeah,
IPL.
exactly, exactly.
Sometimes the number one
I
bowler
mean,
doesn't play.
Murli said the
Someone
same
I
thing.
think we had
other good.
Muralidharan saying recently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Players also like Jaydev Unakkat are on the bench as well for Rajasthan Royals. 5.2 overs, 54 runs, the last over of the power play. Guys, please make sure to come in for the post-match analysis with at 11:15. This will be the last over, and then we will wrap it up. So here comes Ashdeep
Yep.
Singh. Oh, it's out. Yes, he's out. There's a wicket. Finally, Ashdeep getting Evan Lewis. A good catch by Mayank Agarwal at extra cover. It was a good swinging delivery. This is not something that Rajasthan needed. It could have been left or defense. However, he was played at, and he got the edge of the bat, and it's gone straight in swinging delivery. He sliced it straight to the man who's actually on the 30-yard circle, meaning he got a pretty good chunk of it. However, as he sliced it straight to the man. This was unnecessary for someone like Evan Lewis. From Yashasvi Jaiswal's
Yeah.
facial expression, we see that it was not necessary, but Lewis walks back for 36 from 21. A good innings, a good start. Could have gone a little bit further, but 54 for one. This is what PBKS needed, and they finally got a breakthrough.
Yeah, definitely huge relief for Punjab Kings. Given the batters that are yet to come next. I mean, Liam Livingstone. We all know how destructive he is, and given his recent form,
I think Sanju is coming up next.
Yes,
yeah,
he had. There is, I think, the best place to bet someone like Sanju Samson is obviously one down. However, we have
Yeah.
seen he has not performed as well as he would have liked to in the Indian team, because
he's been
obviously the
quite
competition for,
inconsistent.
yeah, there's a lot of competition for places 3, 4, and 5. So sometimes
Yeah.
he plays at 5, sometimes at 6, sometimes at 4. So a lot of inconsistency, a lot of varying. But for me, his best position is playing one down at number 3. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's got 200s playing three at number 3. So he also varies well. I feel like he's not doing as well with the captaincy. However, he did hit that 100 as the IPL started. So, well, we'll see. Sanju
He has
Samson
a good
obviously
record
out.
against Punjab generally.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But I don't think here. I mean, Lewis should be blamed here. I mean, his role as an aggressive opener is just to
Yeah.
take the game away from the opposition. And given, I mean, they were in a good position, and the batting left to come, it's all right.
Yes, it's all
Yeah,
right
I think you
indeed.
can say he did his job.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah. His job was always to get a start. Oh, what a shot from Sanju Samson. Will that go for 4? No, the man will come around. What a start. After, I think, almost 3 months now, he's gone and pulled it straight to the man. The man had to do a bit of work to get there. 2 runs for that. A bit short from Arshdeep to start. Here's the wicket replay again, straight to the man. He had to make a little bit of ground, did Mayank Agarwal. But yeah, it was a good effort, and obviously a good wicket. KL Rahul is happy, captain happy, the team is happy as well.
Hmm. I think a lot of our Bangalore boys will be supporting Punjab for that reason, man. Lots of our boys there. Rahul,
I
Mayank,
think. I mean,
even the coach.
we basically
Yeah.
lost a great Indian opener in KL Rahul. Why RCB, man?
He did play for RCB. We obviously
No,
know he played for
no.
RCB.
The time when he played for RCB, he was
He
more
He
a
wasn't
wasn't
four-day
in
doing
form.
much.
format player. Yeah, it's only later
That
on that
always
he has
happens for
evolved.
RCB. Quinton de Kock, Shimron Hetmyer. I mean, I can name a few.
It's endless, man. Don't worry. As soon as they move out of RCB, they start doing well.
I hope we don't. I hope we don't release Kyle Jamieson or Wanindu Hasarangam.
Yeah, let's see. The auction's coming up
Yeah,
next
we'll
year.
see.
We'll know.
And a single to finish the power play. 57 for one after the power play. Thank you
Impressive.
guys for coming and looking and coming and joining the stream. It's been me, Venuja, and Rohan. Obviously, we thought Amaan would come, but he hasn't shown up today. Um,
Catch post match.
You're muted. Muted.
Muted, Nikhil.
Muted.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyways, please come and join the post match presentation with Pawan at 11:15, right after the match is finished. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Enjoy the
Yeah.
match.
Bye.
Bye.
Please
Thank
enjoy.
you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.